the old me came to town, and I sat beside him at a seaside bar. Slipping through his hands was your photograph, as he let go of everything he knew. I still feel like I'm letting go of you. I still feel like I'm letting go of you. 'Cause those were the days when something was wrong. I looked you in your face, and I told you that my love was gone. That's when it left. I chased love like a younger man. I tried to find someone to make me right. I know now no one can. You emptied me of everything I got. I still feel like I'm letting go of you. I still feel like I'm letting go of you. 'Cause those were the days when something was wrong. I looked you in your face, and I told you that my love was gone. That's when it left. I'm so unsteady, 'cause I can't lose and I don't win. I was never ready. I treated you like oxygen. I breathed you in, I breathed you in, and I let you go.
Knee-jerk reaction is fight or flight. First sign of color, I run and hide. But you came like rain on a summer night, and I think you're rewiring my mind. I've been taking cover under my skin, but I wanna step outside and take it all in. Baby, it's like a light storm to be yours. Thunder crashing till the sky's torn. You're like a light storm, a light storm. Touching on some kind of high. You're painting scenes on my storyline, so carry me where you like. I'm used to taking cover under my skin, but I wanna step outside and take it all in. 'Cause baby, it's like a